Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 52 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Very good. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa was today, I think.
Happy Boxing Day.
Yep. Go have some fights. Bernardo, Canada celebrates that, right?
Yeah.
UK does.
Wait, is Boxing Day?
I don't know. I think they get into a ring and they fight.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, good. Because what I think it is, although it seems equally absurd, because why would this be a holiday? I thought this for the longest time. It's one of those things where now that I'm starting to think about it, I'm like, wait, was somebody just messing with me? For the longest time, I've thought, and maybe I'm correct, it's Boxing Day because it's like the day after Christmas.
No, I remember hearing you box
all of your
up
stuff
the stuff
to,
and
like,
take
return.
it back, but
why would that be a holiday?
it's not a real. But that's
why
I
would
think
that be
what
like
we
the Canadian.
I think that's what it means to us in America. But I think it's a. I mean, I know it's a real. I'm gonna.
We just look it up. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up because now it's driving me nuts. That's the back of the box game.
Crap! I never looked at my head.
Well, you'll do that while I find time. So yeah, we are recording this on December 26th, day after Christmas, Boxing Day, if you will. We guess we don't really know what it is. Boxing Day
is definitely Boxing Day. I just don't know what it is.
All right. Boxing Day is a holiday celebrated after the day after Christmas Day. It originated in the United Kingdom and is celebrated in a number of countries that previously belonged to the British Empire, including Canada. What's up, Bernardo? Boxing Day is 26. Okay. In some countries, that doesn't have. Okay, it has. It's just a day. There are competing theories for the origins of the term, none of which is definitive. The Oxford English Dictionary gives the earliest attestations from Britain in the 1830s, defining it as the, quote, the first weekday after Christmas Day, observed as a holiday on which postmen, errand boys, and servants of various kinds expect to receive a Christmas box.
I was reading this. What was the last sentence?
It's a day that postmen and errand boys get Christmas boxes. I don't get it.
What?
Well, that was a fail. I hope that's not an omen for the rest of this podcast. Bernardo, let us know if you're watching what the heck Boxing Day actually is, or anybody that watches us in the UK, or anybody that's just smarter than we are. You got a game?
Got my game.
Good. So yeah, Christmas was yesterday.
For about 32 years now, they're probably
give or take
29 or so. This is always the most depressing day of the year. Or Christmas
364
night.
more. Yeah,
Christmas night. It's like, well, Christmas is over. Now I love Christmas. I'm a kid at heart still.
Yeah.
I love Thanksgiving. And then as soon as that day is over, I'm just fully in Christmas mood. But then the night of Christmas, I'm like, well, crap. Now it's like,
now what do I
have to look forward
regular
now
life.
It's always sad. But
luckily, we both got a week off from work to
That's
recharge.
true.
That's good.
Yes.
Had a lot of fun. There's no news to talk about, so we're really just going to recap Christmas, talk about what we've been playing and everything.
We'll keep it short and sweet.
Yep. I don't think this will be one of our longer episodes, but it should be a fun one. So yeah, Christmas.
Hey, what'd you get? Get your passport ready.
I'm coming for you, Lola. I'm coming to the island. Vita Island, baby. Nobody liked my tweet. I mean, people liked my tweet. I got 9 or 10 likes on it, but I was hoping Colin or Greg would see it, but Greg's too busy up in jacuzzis up in Quebec.
Montreal.
And Colin's just being Colin.
Is he in Montreal or is it just Quebec?
I don't know. He's in Quebec somewhere.
I don't know what the difference is.
So I got the Vita, fired it up. Luckily, my 16 gig memory card that I bought a year ago can now be used, as well as if you've been listening to us for a while, I've been buying Vita games when they're on sale. I've got free games on PlayStation. Games I bought on PlayStation 4 I can now download. I downloaded Shovel Knight, played that a little bit. Castlevania Dracula X Chronicles, downloaded that. Sean watched me play that a little bit. That game's fun. That game it's Castlevania as I like Castlevania. Whips and horrible jumps
Mayonnaise.
And no backtracking and all that stuff. Just Castlevania as it originally was meant to be. And now it is again. A lot of fun. I think I'm on the third stage. The second boss, the werewolf, was super hard. I finally beat him last night. So I'm on the third stage, having a lot of fun with that game. What else did I download? Downloaded Shovel Knight, played that again a little bit. I don't have my saves from the PlayStation 4, so I need to go figure out why that is. I need to fire it up on the PlayStation 4 and upload them so I can download them again or something. Or I might just play through it from scratch. I played that. I got my 8th platinum trophy. I had to go through and tap My Name is Mayo 10,000 more times. I thought it would just... Sometimes if you just play a game on Vita, it's cross-save, so recognize all your saves and all your trophies just pop again. Nope, I had to spend another 45 minutes going...
But if it did, would it have counted as another platinum?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like in Shovel Knight, all my stuff, I thought I would get double trophies for everything I've already done, but maybe it's because my saves didn't come down.
Yeah.
So I did My Name is Mayo with Jess sitting next to me, and she's like, "Why are you doing this again?" I said, "Remember, it's a bottle of mayo, and I tap it, and I get a trophy." And she's like, "But why do you get a trophy?" I said, "Well, it's really just bragging rights." And she's like, to who?" I'm like, "Well, random people online, I guess." She's like, okay. And I'm just going, I'm not even looking, I'm just going tap. About 45 minutes later, platinum trophy pops.
Took 45 minutes.
Yeah. You get carpal.
That's quick.
You get carpal tunnel by the end of it. It's ridiculous, but yeah. So I downloaded that. I haven't played a lot else on there yet. The thing is beautiful. This is the first time I've messed with a Vita at GameStops and the like and stuff like that. But this is the first time actually having it in my hand without a bunch of wires and contraptions on it. The thing feels great. Oh, I downloaded Street Fighter Alpha 3. That's weird because the touch pads on the back are like your L2 and R2. So Ryu's randomly jumping around doing like weak kicks and weak punches. And I'm like, I don't know. I just was like, I got to figure out how to, there's got to be a special way. I know some of y'all, I can't remember who it was. Was it Robert? I don't remember who was asking us what video game. Way back on one of our first YouTube videos, somebody was asking us if we play the Vita and what favorite games are and stuff. So let me know what I'm supposed to do about these trackpads in the back. I know there's these things you can buy that go around the Vita.
Are people home?
No, I just turn the lights on. Yeah. Or it's a burglar. That you can get like a case that goes around it to where it gives you an R2 and an L2 that's basically tapping the touch pads underneath. Okay. So I might end up just doing that. And I guess that's really it. I also got this. Link Between Worlds, Figma link. I'm going to unbox him right now.
Live on, well, not live, but.
So I love Link Between Worlds. I don't know where it ranks. I was thinking about this today. I think it's only my 4th favorite Zelda game.
By the way, how many of you people out there, when he just opened this box, went...
It's fine. It's like $30. It's not like it's going to be worth millions of dollars. He's got extra hands. Here he is.
He's got an extra face.
Oh, he's got extra plastic on top. So I was thinking about this today. Where would this rank for you in terms of favorite Zelda games?
Link Between Worlds?
Yeah. Oh my God, I dropped the Master Sword. Because I think for me it's number 4. It's either 3 or 4 because it's 1, Ocarina, 3, Worlds, I think is how it ranks for me. And then Twilight after that.
I'd say...
Oh, this is
3
cool.
to 4. Oh, can you...
Don't break it.
I'd say 3 or 4, yeah. I mean, Ocarina, 3... I could almost put this above 1.
I mean, in terms of
I just don't like. It's a fantastic game. I'm not thrilled with the whole how you.
Jeez, look at this.
How you just like rent item. They're all available from the beginning.
Yeah,
I don't like that, but
they changed up the formula. I can't even give him the Master Sword because I got to change his hand. Let me see. Which hand? I know he's left-handed, but to me, he's right-handed. So I'm going to change out his right hand. Like I said, we don't have a lot to talk about today.
We're just playing with toys.
So we're going to play with toys. Do I just pull it off?
Yeah.
How do I get it out?
Face.
His mad face. I'm afraid to do that because I don't know how to take that off.
What was he? I want to see what he looks like with no face. That's what I want to see.
By the way, also as a sidebar, I said I wasn't going to talk about it anymore, but I have to. Because now Python and Cellcon, they're still talking about Gray Fox. And their latest theory video, which came out yesterday, oh yeah, somebody is home, states that Yeah, we don't. Even though Robert Peeler tweeted me, and they knew my tweet because they responded to me on YouTube, and they're like, "Yeah, we saw your tweet," but yeah, Robert just said that he's not. That the medic is not Gray Fox. He didn't say Venom Snake isn't Gray Fox. So their thing, because the whole hospital thing is just a lie and nothing really ever happened. So now we don't even know that Venom Snake is even the medic, is what they're going with to keep the dream alive.
I don't even understand.
The game is old, and I just don't understand why they're still going with it, but I can't fix his hand. We'll figure this out later. But yeah, Link. They got Link. Got this sweet shirt. New World Order.
That's pretty good.
We got The Boys, Star Wars Battlefront, a game I was not really eager to play. That game is gorgeous. The sound also is amazing. It sounds like you're watching. It sounds like you're there in Star Wars. The game's a lot of fun, even though it's not online only. You have like single player stuff you can do. There's just no campaign. I still suck at online shooters. Even when it's Battlefront, this is supposed to be casual and stuff, but people have been playing this for like a year now.
Right. Yeah.
So I still suck. Noah actually seemed like he might have even been doing better than I was when he played online. But it was a lot of fun. Nick got Pokemon Sun. He got frustrated because he's got to get through that first part, the first tutorial part and everything. So he's been kind of frustrated by that. And yeah, Battlefront was fun. Finally. Oh, and that's what I've been playing this week also. What have you been playing, Sean? And what did you get finally?
What did I get for Christmas? Mophie case. So my giant phone is even bigger now. I checked it against the Vita. It's literally about the same size as his Vita now, with this giant case on it, and probably heavier.
Yeah, I would say it's heavier.
But I'm
the
trying to make
Vita's
this,
so light too.
Trying to make the old iPhone
there,
6 Plus last until the next iPhone comes out, but the battery's just terrible. So it's on life support now.
There we go.
I got the Mophie case, so hopefully that.
Yeah, my iPhone's in the same shape.
Got some fresh kicks. You can kind of see them here.
Okay, I don't know how you're doing that right now. It looks like we've got somebody under the table. I can't get it back. How do I get the Master Sword in his hand?
What else? The big thing I got finally after 3-4 weeks late, got Final Fantasy 15.
Spent all day getting the download.
Yeah, it eventually installed. The download, I'm assuming by now has finished, but as we've talked about, I don't have internet at my house yet, so I've been downloading it at my parents' house.
Oh, you still left it at their house?
There, I was thinking about it.
You still had to leave it at their house? It still hadn't finished?
Like 2 hours
oh my God. So that's why you were playing the other game today.
I started playing it. I basically just got through like the tutorial and got to where you're pushing the car, and then I
got to the pushing the car part. Okay.
But yeah, I forgot it at my parents' house, so now I'm not going to be playing that until tomorrow anyway. I was going to play it tonight. Who am I kidding?
What the heck? Oh, you put the sword together?
Whoa.
I guess. Keep
what else did I get? Oh, I got a book. Don't remember what it's called. Oh, Best or Good Nintentions or something.
Oh yeah, and I also got the history of video games book that I cannot wait to read. It sounds like it's going to be really cool. So yes, we are. If you couldn't tell by this episode, we don't fake being nerds.
That game, Good Nintentions.
That book, you mean?
Yeah, that book. It's just a book basically about Nintendo, and it gives write-ups on. It's not every single game ever. I mean, it mentions every single game ever. It gives all the release titles year by year by year. It has little write-ups about, some of the more important ones, and then some of even just the pretty obscure ones. They even get into a little bit of
world
post Nintendo, but retro style games.
I'm Venom Snake.
It talks a little bit about Shovel Knight and Axiom Verge, things like that. So it's pretty cool. I flipped through the whole book. I plan on just going back and basically reading about every game in there eventually. But I'll get around to that eventually.
So do you have any impressions from Final Fantasy? I know it's really early. Like,
it looks
super
beautiful.
Early, but
plays a lot better and smoother than the demo did, the Platinum demo. I'm curious to see. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, the tutorials are one thing. Like, I get the fighting mechanics, but as far as actual in-game stuff, when you're fighting multiple enemies and you need to start healing and using potions, and I've heard weird things about how the magic stuff works. Like, you don't learn spells, you just get them. Like, I have 5 fire spells, things like that. So, but so far it looks beautiful. I'm all in. I think it's going to be awesome. As far as what I've been playing, just today I finally beat, for the second time, but the first time in probably about 10 years, beat Twilight Princess.
So you never, and I know you've talked about, by the way, look, he's got his bracelet from Link Between Worlds. That's awesome.
That is cool.
So maybe I should switch them so you can still see it. Anyways, you talked about it on the podcast before that you played through it, you beat it when it first came out, and then you went to start it again and you just kind of got sidetracked, never went back to it. So it has been. I think
I sucked myself out the second time through, because I remember the first time through being like, that game was awesome. I didn't really care for the wolf stuff, but that game was awesome. And I think I sucked myself out to where when I started playing through it again, the wolf stuff just bothered me.
Yeah.
It just boned me out that much more because I was making such a big deal about it in my head. And then I maybe got through one level and then I just never picked it back up. Fast forward 9-10 years and I finally beat it again. The game's awesome. It's tough to put it in my top 3. I mean, it's Ocarina, Link to the Past, 1, 2. After that, it gets a little fuzzy. But this game's somewhere in that 3 to 5 range. Sometimes it definitely goes overboard with one of my video game pet peeves, like just the collecting of stuff. And a lot of it, I didn't even I couldn't bring myself to go and look for all the bugs. I didn't even get all the heart pieces.
See, I didn't really need them, right?
No, I was fine. I think I only got like 2 jars. I never once upped my wallet or my quiver. I mean, I basically just flew through the game. I don't even remember what my time was, but I went through it pretty quick. But I beat Sky Temple last night, and then this morning I beat Twilight and Hyrule Castle, and then the rest of it. But yeah, it was I got real frustrated at Ganondorf, really.
Yeah, you were texting me about that.
I had forgotten that. Well, I totally forgot about how you fight. Like, I mean, fight. It's not much of a fight, but evil Zelda, basically. Yeah. Like I knew there was the whole reflect the beam back and forth.
But you forgot it was her.
That was Ganondorf. Yeah. I forgot you're doing that against Zelda. But 4-part final boss, really. Yeah, that's crazy.
I loved it. I know we talked about it. And I know we've already talked about this when I beat the game, but I loved that final boss fight. I had so much.
It's
fun
what
with
a
it.
Link. It's how a Zelda game should end. Link versus Ganondorf. I know Ganon is the main guy, but
at this point,
I like how this one was. You fought Ganon first, and then you finished with Ganondorf.
See,
that's one thing I don't like about Ocarina. Like, I get Ganon is like. I mean, we had never even seen Ganondorf before Ocarina, but. To me, I flip flop now. I feel like Ganondorf is the
true Ganon.
Enemy. Yeah, not Ganon. But so I like that they had Ganon first and then Ganondorf. And
that's another thing. Well,
drove me.
Wait, before you
crazy.
That's another thing that's interesting now when I think about it. If you compare, life. I don't know why I went into Goldblum, but if you compare. Like Ocarina and Twilight seem like they get compared all the time because there's a lot. Because I noticed there was a lot of the same music came back and stuff. That's one of the things that's interesting when you look at Ocarina. You go Ganondorf, and then you end up against Beast Ganon. Whereas this, it's Beast Ganon, and then you make your way to Ganondorf.
Right.
So I just realized that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. They mirrored it. The part where you're fighting him on horseback was a lot more. I wouldn't even say difficult, just annoying because it was difficult than I remember. I kept getting knocked off the horse. You know, he'd be riding his horse and then he'd summon all the weird little like ghost horse things. And it's basically just a crapshoot as far as whether you dodge them or not. Like there's like 5 or 6 of them that show up in front of you and you either make it through or you don't.
Yep.
Every single time I got knocked off the horse, I would get back on. And then all of a sudden I'd try to catch up to him and then he'd run right by me. And then all of a sudden he was on my tail, and I'm just like doing circles, and he's keeping with me, and I couldn't get away from him until I ran out of yas. And then he would hit me, and I'd fall off the horse again, and then I'd get back on and repeat, and I just couldn't get to where I could get behind him again.
Interesting.
Zelda sucks with a bow. She can't hit anything. That was
you have to, and that's why I texted. I was like, that's what I remember from mine is you have to line up. You have to be like directly behind him for her to actually have a chance of hitting him with the light arrows.
Well, plus I kept not being able to hit him after he was stunned. Like, honestly, I got probably one sword strike in for every 3 arrows she hit him with.
Now, did you have?
I thought you had to hit him like 15, 20 times.
I think it was only like
it was like 3 hits because I would eventually
yeah.
just hit him, and I'd only get 1 hit in, and I'd be annoyed. But eventually, by the time I got my 3rd or 4th hit, that's all it took. So I was getting frustrated, thinking, I should be getting him like 4 or 5 times when I ride up next to him, but I eventually got past it. And then the final fight was pretty easy. You just do your. Well, you said you didn't even learn all the skills.
No, I had learned.
Did you learn the roll behind?
Yes.
Okay.
I learned that late because you pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I learned all of them, but most
oh, you
of
did?
them,
Okay. I just had forgotten when I got to that point. I'm just putting Link together here. When I got to that point, I was like, I think I learned 3. Do you remember what they are? Can you name them off the top of your head?
I don't remember. The first one was like the finish strike.
Yeah, that one was super early.
There was the shield attack. There's the helm splitter. After you do the shield attack, then you hit him on the head and bounce over him.
Oh, I didn't learn that
There's
one.
the roll behind him and spin.
That was all I got was the original one, the shield attack, and then the go behind.
You can do a charge jump strike it's to take out like multiple enemies instead of just one.
Oh nope, that would have made things easier.
And there's 2 more. I can't think of what I'm missing. Oh, there's one where it's like quick draw, basically. You can't be Z targeting. You can't have your sword out. You're just like sitting there. Mm-hmm. And if an enemy comes up to you, you hit A, and he just like pulls it out and like cuts him like really quick.
Really?
It's awesome. But then the weird thing is,
see now I kind of want to go back.
That's all well and
this.
done if you do that. But once you do that, if you go to like put your sword away, he does his little.
Oh, good Lord! Like in a cutscene.
Yes.
Jeez.
No, there was I can't remember I think it was Arbiter Grounds, maybe. I can't remember what level it was, but I kept doing that. And then every time he'd kill somebody, he would do his little taunt thing. I'm like, stop! And I eventually realized that he does that if you hit A again right after doing the quick draw strike thing. But
McGraw.
But yeah, beat the game. I love it. It's easily top 5, but I can't put it higher than 3.
Yeah.
But it was a great game. And I want you, if they ever re-release it,
I want to play that game.
Yeah.
But I can't do it with motion controls.
Can't.
I can't.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I got for Christmas. I'm sure I'm forgetting some things, but those are the main things, at least things you people would care about. I beat Zelda finally. So now I have Final Fantasy to play. This guy's pretty much talked me into I just need to hold off on Last of Us. I wanted to play through that again, but I originally wanted to have Zelda and Last of Us beaten by the time Christmas rolled around so that I could then jump into Final Fantasy. And I didn't even have Zelda done, so I had to rush through and beat that. And now I have Final Fantasy, so I can't do Last of Us. And then Resident Evil's coming out, so Last of Us will have to wait till we're closer to Last of Us 2 coming out. But yeah, I'm pretty much ready to dive in headfirst to Final Fantasy. So you'll be hearing a lot about that over the next at least a month, probably.
I am very interested to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
With as big a fan as you are and as much 10 years of build up for this game, finally having it be here, it's like watching me with Metal Gear Solid 5 all over again.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, now I only had to wait 3.5 years for that game. Was it 3.5 or was it 2.5? About 3 from the time Ground Zeroes got announced until that one came out.
Yeah, should be interesting.
Very interested to see. I was thinking, let's talk about Zelda and stuff. One of the games I definitely got to buy on the Vita that I had forgotten about, Adventures of Mana.
Oh, yeah.
I really want to play that game. I think it's only it's like $13 or something like that.
Oh, that's worth it.
So, did you ever play Final Fantasy Adventures or whatever the heck it was called on Game Boy?
Nope.
But you played Secret of Mana. What other Mana games have you played? Is Evermore? I always forget if Evermore and Gaia and that are those all Mana games?
Secret of Mana and Secret of Evermore, I think, are related. I could be wrong. Don't yell at me. Then there's Illusion of Gaia, which I think is totally separate.
Okay.
But it plays similar to. It's more like a Zelda game. It's you swing your sword.
But isn't that how Sword of Mana is too?
Sword of Mana?
Secret of Mana.
Yes, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's more like that. I don't know if Evermore is like that or if it's more of a traditional role-playing game. I don't know. I have always gotten those 3 games confused. I think I've played all 3 of them. I don't think I've beaten any of them, but I've played all of them. And I get them confused. It's kind of like, as we were talking about earlier, sidebar, tangent. We were talking earlier, we were just reminiscing about the heyday of TV sitcoms, your TGIF kind of things, your Full House, your Step by Step, all those kinds of things. And then we were going back further into your
Family Ties,
Growing Pains,
Golden Girls.
Family Ties, Growing Pains.
What was the one that we couldn't? Jess said.
No, that was Family Ties.
No, not Family Ties. The other, the
Family Ties, Growing Pains.
with the song. Oh God.
Anyway, bottom line, as you see, I can never remember them all, and I just get them all. I don't know what's what. It took me a while. I had to ask. I couldn't even remember which one Michael J. Fox was in. Alex P. Keaton. That was
Michael J. Fox
Family
was Alex
Ties.
P. Keaton.
Oh, I just had it.
I had it too with Tootie. It was with the one with Tootie. What was the one with Tootie?
That means nothing to me, but I just had the Family Ties. I don't know. Whatever that third one was, I get all 3 of them confused. It's kind of like these, back to the video games. Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, Illusion of Gaia. I couldn't tell you what's what. I know I've played them all. I think they're all somewhat similar. But I've played enough of Secret of Mana to know it's a great game, and it's definitely worth $13.
Well, this isn't Secret of Mana.
Well, whatever.
It's the same kind of thing, though.
Yeah.
It basically looks like Zelda, more like Zelda than it's like a Final Fantasy or anything like that.
Right. Yeah. This poor Link. There's just hands all over the
I
table.
know, there's hands everywhere. His sword, I can't get it to go back together, but he's got his shield. He's got his, oh God, don't lose your bracelet, Link. Let's just put his
You won't be able to lift those boulders.
Nope. That's the wall. The
That's
wall, the bracelet, the wall for the you get to go in the painting.
Oh. I thought you meant it was the wall that let you lift the... Yeah, okay. Whoops.
And he comes with a stand too. So once I figure all this out next week, we'll have him displayed prominently. There.
Hey, there you go.
Link from Link Between Worlds. Don't knock him down.
He's pretty sturdy.
Don't knock poor Link down. So I don't even need the stand. Oh, it goes in his back. I see the hole now. That's what she said.
Oh, back to Zelda. One more thing.
Zelda.
Even though I love Ocarina of Time, it struck me as odd. Like, it never really clicked before how, like, once I got to the end of Twilight Princess. Well, first of all, before I even get to that point, I don't know how I feel about Zelda being a brunette in this game. She's supposed to be a blonde. She's basically
a brunette?
I mean, she's not blonde.
It's not yellow. Like,
It's basically, she's more a brunette.
interesting. That's true.
But as I'm getting to the end of the game, it struck me as odd how really Ocarina of Time, even though you're old Link, it's really about young Link.
Yes.
You are, I mean, that is the true Link in that game.
Correct.
You are like 7, 8-year-old, however old he is, Link. Well, maybe he's not that young, like 10. I don't know how old he is, but
I would say like 10 or 12.
it's just weird that you're playing as like a child. I mean, it's like my favorite game ever, but it's weird. I definitely prefer playing as, even though
Adult.
it's just a game, it doesn't matter. But yeah, just playing as an adult Link. It just makes more sense to me. But that was all I was going to say. One random thought I had towards the end of the game that I forgot to mention.
Did you get to play Batman yet or not? Because
no,
the PlayStation's still over there.
Yeah. But we fixed the whole primary PS4 thing. So now I can play this guy. So now I can play it offline with no issues. So once I bring it home, I'm going to bring it home, and then I'm going to play Batman.
Once I bring it home, I'm going to bring it home.
And then, yeah, we'll report that on next week. I mean, we've already talked about it. Nobody cares anymore, so I'll basically just get my thoughts, and we can move on. But
yeah, but I still want to see. I want to see your choices, and I want to see if anything has changed for you.
Yeah.
Because most of the choices we have made have been the same
for the most part.
For the only real
Except
differences
that I
we
saved
had,
Harvey when you saved Selena,
right.
So I never got Two-Face.
And you usually
Two-Face.
chose to be, if you could be Batman or Bruce, you were Batman.
I was almost always Batman.
So I think you were always Batman. I think Bruce.
literally
So
at the
that's there's one part I want to know how it goes for you, since you've been Batman the whole time and I've been Bruce whenever I got the choice, and I was Bruce again.
Yeah.
This time. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. What else is there? Like I said, there's not really any news this week. It's been a pretty slow week. Christmas and everything. A lot of the sites and everything, they take the last 2 weeks off. We're kind of taking this last week off too. As you saw, we didn't put any Let's Plays up. We had some technical difficulties trying to sort that out. But they'll be back and better than ever next week for sure. If not later this week, we got some fun stuff planned with my boys. I think that'll be fun. They want to get on the channel. They want to do Let's Plays.
Of what?
Now they want to do Battlefront.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Yep, they want to do Battlefront. I think that'll be a fun one. Hopefully they just won't yell and scream and hate each other on the air. You never know.
Or maybe we'll get some good fights between them. And
yeah, just like Sean
that'll make
and I
for
used
good,
to.
Some good entertainment.
Yeah, you know what else makes for good entertainment?
What's that?
It's the.
I can't say. I have a sore throat. You got to take this one.
I can't do it by myself. I have no one to play off.
All right,
of.
I'll hit the bass line.
It's the back of the box challenge. That was horrible. I can't do it. If I have no one else to hear, I don't know what note to hit. If you didn't know, the back of the box challenge is how we end the podcast here every week on the Two Player Co-op podcast. What we do is we take a previous release of a game. We look at the retail release of that game. We turn it over. We look at the back of the box per the name of the game. We read the description to the other player. Bleep out any pertinent information that might give the game away and make it too easy and too obvious. The other player then gets to ask questions, yes or no questions, and see if they can get to the answer, and then we go from there. That's the back of the box challenge.
I was reading.
No, I was reading. What is that? I don't know what that means.
Who's reading first?
Oh, I thought you said I was reading.
No, I said who's reading.
I read first last time.
All right, sorry. I think I got a good one here. I'm excited that when I read the back of this box that it was actually a good one. I didn't think it would work out, but I think you'll get it. When a battle cruiser decides... Oh, I wanted to bleep that out.
That doesn't... I don't know.
But when a battle cruiser the size of a city called the Colossus... I don't think that means anything to you.
Is that the battle cruiser or is that the city?
The size of a city... Oh, the size of a city and called the Colossus...
Okay.
Smashes out of the moon. Its laser cannon glowing menacingly. You can bet it ain't making no... You can bet it ain't going to be making no social calls.
Well, it sounded like Star Wars until that line.
You can bet it's going to be creating some bad and crazy mayhem on good old planet Earth. Especially when you know that the dreaded blank and the shady blank are on board, just raring to rock and roll.
Were those people you just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
or whatever.
Yeah. The dastardly duo are about to unleash their most monstrous plan yet. From their secret lunar base, they intend to launch...
Dastardly duo? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so two bad guys.
Yeah, the dreaded blank and the shady blank are on board.
Oh.
Yeah, those two.
Oh!
Yeah. From their secret lunar base, they intend to launch an invasion that'll make them masters of the world.
Or universe, so we know it's not a He-Man game.
Yes. Neutralized by deadly glooming rays... Earth's forces are powerless. That is until the blank...
Name of the game.
Blank, yeah. Take a...
How many... Wait, no. How many blanks? Read it with blanks. Because that's going to be important.
I'll come back to that if you're lost, because you'll see. Take a blank trip with the dream ticket as those terrific blanks, blank and blank, team up with crap. You know what it is. See, there's so many. I didn't get this far. Now I'm like,
Is this a Trade West game?
oh, crap. You know it.
Is it Battletoads and Double Dragon?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So wait, read it again. I didn't know it until the team up thing. I was like, what team ups
because
are
what
there?
I wanted to avoid was that is until until the dragons join the toads. But I didn't even want to say the blanks join the blank because that kind of gives it away. And then I got to hear him like the dream ticket. Those terrific twins, Billy and Jimmy Lee, team up with Zitz, Rash, and Pimple
I forgot their names other than Rash.
against the combined might. Oh, there it is. Against the combined might of the gruesome twosome and their mindless minions.
Shadow
Oh, yeah. Dark Queen and Shadow Boss.
Boss. Okay.
They're mindless minions. Big Blag, a Bobo. That was that guy's name.
So it wasn't Adobe
Not
Photoshop.
Adobo. A Bobo, Robomanus, and Roper in a totally, Toad, totally terminal new adventure. Totally terminal new adventure?
I think that meant to say tubular.
I don't know. So let's get mad, bad, and crazy once again as the Battletoads join Double Dragon in the ultimate team.
Awesome. That was my
I'm
best one
shocked
yet.
you remembered Trade West.
So this is kind of a cheat. I didn't look it up earlier. But they did 20 questions a couple weeks ago, and the game was Battletoads and Double Dragon. Now they didn't read anything.
Really?
They didn't read anything from the back of the box, but it just got me. It was in my mind because of that.
In my Nintentions book, I'm like, oh, back of the box right there. And then I forgot to look it up. I'm like, it's probably not going to have a good back of the box, but it actually did until I got caught up in all my bleeps and bleeps.
All right, your turn. For 2 years, your people have struggled against the relentless onslaught. I just changed both sounds. Onslaught of invading forces. With your army reduced to a handful and your artillery depleted, further resistance seems impossible. But in a hidden underground laboratory, a team of scientists has at least perfected a new kind of fighting machinery.
At last?
No, at least.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's right. A blank that blanks and blanks. Providing unheard of strength and blank. Combined with an arsenal of rapid fire, armor piercing, and heat seeking weaponry, this will put the power of an entire army in the hands of one man, one carefully chosen soldier, who has what it takes to become a new breed of unstoppable blank, and you are that soldier. Your mission will take you through the heavily patrolled wilderness surrounding the enemy headquarters and into the very heart of the fortress itself. Even to the most courageous soldier, it would seem an impossible challenge. But there has never been a soldier like blank.
Is this a Konami game?
No.
I meant to say, this sounds like Metal Gear.
I was going to, so what I was going to do, never mind. I was going to pick a Konami game that was not Metal Gear and just say, yes, it's Konami and hope it sounded, but I'm like, that's too much research. To get a Konami game that sounds like Metal Gear, that's not Metal Gear, to get you to say Konami and think it's Metal Gear, but it's not Metal Gear.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I just showed you the game, but luckily you didn't see.
Is this a...
If I unbleep anything, it gives the game away. Everything I said completely gives the game away.
Did this game come out after January 1st, 2000?
No.
Is it 8-bit?
Yes.
Is it a first-party game?
No.
Is it a... Oh, well, no. Is it a Capcom game?
Yes.
Did we own this game?
Yeah. I think we did. Yeah.
Is it... Do you play like kind of a... Are you a human?
Yes.
Not like a cyborg or something?
No.
Maybe not a cyborg, but it's not Bionic Commando. Is it Bionic Commando? Is it?
So, what I had
Isn't
to
he like robot? Isn't he like a cyborg?
He's just got an arm. So what I bleeped out
okay.
was
I thought it was more than just that.
a new kind of fighting machinery, a bionic arm that extends and contracts, providing unheard of strength and I bleeped out maneuverability because then I thought you would immediately go to How else
I
do
don't
you
think
maneuver
I would have
around?
made that jump. But speaking of which, he can't jump, right?
Right, which was so annoying.
Yeah.
One carefully
Isn't it
chosen
one-hit
soldier.
kill too?
No,
Or do you have a life bar?
You have a life bar.
Oh, okay.
One carefully chosen soldier who has what it takes to become a new breed of unstoppable commando. Bionic commando. When you are that soldier. But there's never been a soldier like the bionic commando. You got that without a lot.
I think I wanted to do. I mean, maybe I never did look it up. I've definitely wanted to do this game before, and I think I probably just never looked it up because I thought it would be too obvious, but that actually really wasn't.
Came out of the NES, the Amiga, the Amstrad CPC, whatever that is. It was an arcade game, the Atari ST, the Commodore 64, DOS, and the ZX Spectrum. So it was basically Nintendo and a bunch of weird computers.
We definitely owned that game, and I don't think we ever really got. I mean, was it discrete levels? I think it was.
Yeah, it was. All I can remember is the first level. I don't know if we ever got past it. The game was ridiculously difficult.
Yeah, difficult. Wow. Hey, we both did pretty good there.
We did.
You didn't even have to. I mean,
I just knew.
You knew it. I at least had to ask a few questions. Wow. Go us.
Go us. This has been episode 52 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next week. Longer podcasts, quick hits, Let's Plays, all that kind of stuff. But again, we're taking it easy because it's Christmas week and we want to be with our family. So I'm sure you guys want to also, but we still want to give you a podcast to listen to this week. Again, you can find us on Twitter, of course. I'm at Kevin White 24. He is at Real Sean White. Together we are at 2player_co-op. You again can also find us at youtube.com/2player-co-op. Yes. You can also find us at facebook.com/2player-co-op gaming. And if you like us in audio form, go to SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and all podcast services around the world. Check us out. Share it with your friends. We still want to keep reaching out. We hit our 100, but onward and upward from there.
Yes.
Appreciate everybody that subs to us, watches or listens to us every week. Thank you so much. Keep tuning in. And again, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next week. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And thank you for playing.
Thank you. That was so close.
I'm getting
so
there.
close. Bye, guys.
Bye.